want. So I actually have a very, very, very special treat for you today. And I actually have the founder of this amazing app, and the app is called Wispr Flow. And so Wispr Flow will basically allow you to basically speak and send anything you want, and it should do it extremely accurately. And the most important thing, and kind of why I'm really interested in talking to Tanay today, is because the fact that there's a bunch of these new milestones that have happened to allow them to have this private cloud setup. But on top of that, access with Windows, and supposedly coming today, maybe even right now, a launch on mobile devices. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce you to Tanay. Welcome, Tanay.
Hi, I'm Tanay, the founder of Wispr Flow. And Flow is a smart voice dictation product for professionals. You speak naturally, and it writes in your style anywhere on your computer. You're tired probably with typos, having to format everything, and how long it takes to slowly type on your keyboard. But with Flow, it just takes care of all of that for you.
That's really cool, man. Yeah, because how are you guys doing this? Because I get so frustrated every time I use Siri. It's like
Mhm.
boom, it never comes in, and like I hate this. Like 1 out of 10 times, maybe you'll get it right, and it's like, why am I even doing this? I'm just gonna type it. It's way faster. It's faster for me to type it, mistype it, and correct it than it is to to do this thing. And I've been trying your product, and it's like, damn, it's really really good. So, dude, what's your secret sauce, man? Can you spill the beans?
That's the billion-dollar question, isn't it?
Bro. Yeah, man. And so, yeah, tell me a little bit more about kind of what you guys are doing behind the scenes as far as like the product, and like, where are you guys based out of, and kind of where is this kind of coming from and so forth.
Yeah, of course. So we're all based in San Francisco, and I started this with my college roommate Sahej. We've been best friends for over 10 years. And a few years ago, what we saw was computers can finally understand natural language. And the fact that we're still typing on keyboards, and that is the best way we have to interact with technology, is ridiculous to me. So what we realized was no voice dictation platform till today had ever tried to solve the real problem, which is people speak very differently than they write. When you're speaking, it's very stream of conscious. You're kind of making shit up as you go, right? But when you're writing, you're structuring it, putting it together to have it be something that is very readable to another person. Every single dictation software that you use and that exists tries to put things down word for word. We took a different route where we want to learn how you write, and then whatever you are speaking, Flow tries to understand that and then writes it in just your style. So if you're saying a long list of items, well, puts it down into bullets so that it's much more legible. If you're rambling, have a lot of filler words, Flow takes off all of them. And so, yeah, I think the screen shows a perfect example of what using Siri looks like on the left and what Flow would do if you would say the exact same thing to it in an email. And Flow is also contextual, so it's going to write this in an email, but in a text message is going to be way more casual.
Wow, that's really impressive. Yeah, I've tried some of these voice things, and that's my frustration, is that like it comes out, but it's not really formatted. So then now I have to spend additional time as a second pass to do this. And so with your software basically installed, it's set up globally. And so
Yeah.
for those who are interested, a lot of times I speak on my show, specifically about, oh, this is only Mac only, and people get really frustrated. And so now I've approached the realm of like, this is now available for people who are on PC. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. We just went live on Windows 6 days ago.
Wow, that's really really cool. I think that's an amazing improvement. How many people are in this company here?
So Whisper right now has 15 people.
Wow,
And
that's
so
cool. Yeah,
we're in a pretty lean team. And this is across engineering. We have a few machine learning PhDs on our team who
let's
spend a
go.
lot of time fine tuning the models and getting them to do exactly what we want them to. And then a couple of folks on the marketing team, because honestly, this product has been selling itself like hotcakes,
Yes.
especially with people like you who love it and talk about it. So I think we've had a good start over the last 6 months.
That's awesome. So, tell me a little bit more about like this private cloud thing that I was taking a look at. I know people were interested in protecting privacy, or if they wanted to get their teams on it to be more effective. Yeah, kind of what does that look like from your guys' end? What is your thinking, and how is that different from maybe anyone else in the industry?
Yeah, of course. So Flow is a product that essentially lives on your computer, and people use it for all their personal and professional communications, which means there's probably uh, lot of communication they're doing with it that is very sensitive. So what we do is we allow users to opt into a privacy mode, which is just a single toggle. People get to select it when they're onboarding on the platform. So they get to make that decision and they get to go change that in the settings whenever. What privacy mode does is it one doesn't train any of our models on your data. It doesn't store any data on our servers. And we have an agreement with all our cloud providers like OpenAI and such to have a zero data retention policy with them as well. So if you use ChatGPT, for example, even if you turn off that setting and can go into privacy mode, they still retain your data for 30 days. OpenAI engineers can actually go and see everything that you're doing. We have a
Wow.
zero data retention policy, so that means that doesn't happen at all on our servers or on any third party servers. And so today, Flow is now approved and being used at a number of big tech companies, financial institutions, law firms,
Wow.
you name it.
Wow, that is super duper impressive that you guys have been able to not only push the envelope, but push this beyond that for these specific use cases. Because to be honest, when I first met with you and like a long time ago, I think you reached out like, "Hey, check out this product." Like my very first thing was like, "Bro, like, what are you doing with my privacy? What's going on?" And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, we're on that. We're a professional team, and like, as these things kind of keep coming up, we have to tackle all these different problems. So we're gonna get there. And I'm like, I like to talk about products that I really can get behind, and especially with this level
Mhm.
of detail. For those who don't know, I used to be an engineer at Apple for 12 years, and privacy was a huge, huge deal. And how do you actually tackle these problems to make sure you have these retention policies and these details that most people who are app owners can't even explain back to you and stuff, especially if it's just a startup project or something like that. But like these guys are beyond serious, and they're taking this extremely seriously to get these compliance, which is not an easy feat, by the way. It's just really challenging to do, and to push it to this level to now have like law firms and these other people to do that. It's like, oh yeah, I need to reach in to see how I can do this, because for me speaking, I can get way more words out faster than I can typing at all. And I think that's the same for most people. And then like the fact that you can even format things from a message to a text is another huge advantage. So tell me a little bit about like who is on the team, or like what's the background of some of the people that are on the team, and kind of where they're coming from, degrees or whatever, universities and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So my co-founder and I both graduated from Stanford. That's where we met during our undergrad. And he is possibly one of the smartest people we met, right? Highest GPA at Stanford. He was also one of the pioneers of diffusion models.
Let's
So
go.
just like large language models, these are ones that power tools like Midjourney and Dolly and all the image generation tools. And so he used to do a lot of machine learning research back at Stanford, and this was one of the main things he was working on. So team's background from that you could tell is like very technical, very focused on really getting parts of it right and innovating on it. Um, in addition to that, there are two more machine learning PhDs from top Ivy League schools, MIT, Columbia, who are working on the model side. And then we have a couple of incredible people across design and product. Because one of the things that's really important with Whisper is how do you make it as intuitive as possible? How do you build something that, for example, my dad or even my granddad can use, and have there be enough controls where if there's somebody who's more technical who likes to go tweak things more, they have the ability to go do that as well. So that's been one of the hardest challenges for us from a product standpoint.
Mm.
And so to me, building a great product is all about attention to detail. And so that means we go in and build every core part of it from scratch to be purpose built for Whisper.
Wow. That's super impressive because I can't tell you. I also had my mom try to use the product too, and I even had some other friends, and it just doesn't pick up their accent. And I'm like, not your product, but like Siri's product, right? So
Yeah.
Siri and like they're like, I don't want to use this, Ray, like, whatever. And then they they use Whisper Flow, and they're like, oh my God. And like you should see their face light up. I wish I could record their faces. I should probably just go around San Francisco and recording people with like different accents and just have it like, hey, yo, can you just speak with this? I would bet that their faces are like, get that. I mean, I saw this reaction when I gave them Whisper Flow. It's like, hey, check this out. And they're just like, oh my God, wow. It got all my little nuances and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I think we're here. Like this is the time. The time is now.
That's honestly
Whoa.
what I live for.
That's really really cool. I think yeah, that could just be its own like little viral campaign. Just like you just literally walk around the street and just
Yeah,
find
we
people
should
and just
record all of the people like that. Yeah.
yeah, because that like that'd be insanely cool, man. So do you have anything to kind of show us? I think you were talking about maybe like some email use case or something like that we can kind of try out or something like that. That could be kind of fun to show us a little bit of the sauce. Or if not, I could do something on my end. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I always love instead of talking about letting the product sell itself. So let me
Yes.
just show what using Whisper looks like. So
Let me assign
we're
this
gonna go
here.
over here, and what you see is Whisper just lives here on the bottom,
Hmm.
and the way you use it is you just hold down the function key on the bottom left corner of your keyboard, speak, release, and text shows up. So, hey Ray, great chatting with you, man. Let's grab dinner sometime, say 5 o'clock today, or actually let's do 6 p.m. And perfect. So a couple of things. One, got his name right. Two, formatted this email like I do. Third, I changed my mind about the time and it got all of that perfectly right.
Bro, that's crazy. So I always think of these things as a linear thing. It's like, oh crap, I have to go delete it now.
Mm-hmm.
What? So it understood your intention.
Everything. Yeah.
Dude, that's really, really good. Holy smokes. I didn't even think about that. Because I always think about, oh, I have to talk to a computer in a computer language. No, you just speak just like you're speaking to a friend.
Yeah.
Oh my
And I mean it's
goodness.
it's normal. Like you stammer, you stutter, you change your mind while speaking, you might have your ums and ahs. You don't want that to show up in a professional email. So I have like 200 of these to go through every single day. And honestly, I have no idea how I used to do this before Flow.
That's really really cool, man. That's awesome. I love that workflow that you're talking about there. I thought it'd be kind of fun to see maybe if we can do something maybe with V0 because
Yeah.
I like using V0 to build apps and stuff. And a lot of people are doing like these flow coding where they can just literally just speak things into existence. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to maybe grab this like design here and see if we can just open in V0, see if we can have
Yeah.
it iterate because it'd be kind of fun to just kind of give it instructions for us to like start cooking and so forth. So yeah,
Yeah, I'd love to see how you use it.
yeah, I don't know. It'd be kind of fun. So for here, what I want to do is basically this looks like a cool like landing page for a brand or design. And so I,
Hmm.
I think what I want to do is kind of make something maybe for my community, like a community page for Ray Fernando, and then just kind of have it get really creative. So let's see. I want to make this design into a community page for Ray Fernando 1337. I have my YouTube channel and I also have my X profile, and I talk a lot about AI tech, AI news, a lot about AI products as well. And I want this really dynamic page to reflect who I am. And let's just see. Here we go. Boom. Like there we have all the text here. It's just like exactly. It even has Ray Fernando
It
1337.
it got your username. That's awesome.
That's crazy. Yeah, because that's like that never gets no one ever gets that right. This is really cool. So I have my X profile, AI tech, AI products, and it even has a capitalization for the AI stuff. That's really, really cool. So I'm gonna see if I can have this get sent and stuff and let it kind of do its thing. So the speed improvement is massive. Yeah, I mean to type this out usually takes me a while, especially when I'm doing my various prompts and things. And so just that alone is like a huge win for me because yeah, I'm very audio focused and obviously talking a lot here. I can I can ramble off all the time, and it's just really really cool to kind of do these types of things. to do that stuff. And so, yeah, we can do v0.dev while this is going. I like to sometimes have multiple v0 windows going up at the same time just for fun. So I think there was one really cool. This is like prompting is all you need. And I don't know if I could find that one here. So oh, here we go. Prompting is all you need. So this is a really cool one. This is kind of my favorite ones. You could just do, yeah, let's see. Let's change this prompting is all you need to Ray Fernando is all you need. There we go. Boom. Yeah. So we're gonna change this whole design all at once right now. Like that's how
Yeah.
we cook, friends. Yeah.
You know, I bet this makes your videos a lot more engaging because the
Yes.
viewers don't have to wait for you to type all this thing out whenever you're trying to show something new. You're just like speaking to them
It's so
and
nice,
it
man.
shows.
It's such a
Yeah.
great quality of like speed. Yeah, especially for live streaming. I can't tell you
Hmm.
how awesome. There we go. Ray Fernando is all you need. That's awesome. That's actually really, really cool.
You should drop this on Twitter.
Yeah, I
That
need to.
is-
Actually, this is really cool. I'm just gonna get a screenshot of our screen. This is really awesome. This is amazing. So yeah, so Wispr Flow,
yeah.
it's spelled in a different way. Wispr
Yes.
flow.ai. And if you're watching, I think I have a QR code that I can pull up on the screen right now. So there is actually a large percentage of people who watch via YouTube on TV, which is really impressive. So if you scan this code right now with your phone, basically what's going to do is it's going to actually activate a $15 off credit for a pro account. So by scanning this code here, you basically support the channel. It's like a referral code. You'll get a $15 credit for if you upgrade to the pro account. And that'll basically take you right here to this website, and you can go ahead and you can use Wispr for free. I think you get like several thousand words or something like that, 2,000 words. And then for the pro, if you do the yearly, it's $12 a month. So you get everything there plus all the new early access features. And it says unlimited mobile usage coming soon. So tell me more about this mobile app.
So one of the things that we had, right? We built Whisper first for desktops. That's where people spend a lot of their time on working. And the biggest complaint we had was people saying, when I go to my phone, I have to go back to my keyboard and it sucks. When can I get it for mobile again? And so we've been working really hard for the last few months to build a mobile experience that feels really delightful. Now, if you worked at Apple, but for anybody else who doesn't know this, Apple doesn't like people building a lot of system level things. So it took us a while to actually get through all the restrictions that the iPhone had to actually build a keyboard that lets you voice dictate anywhere and have the same experience on desktop with a single tap.
Wow.
So now it's at this point after months and months of iterations. I think we are on version 90 just internally of the product.
Wow.
And it's something that I use every day now. Whether I'm
Man.
walking, catching up with my emails in the morning, when I am traveling, when I'm at the gym, just like pick up my phone, tap a button, speak. And the level of formatting, correction, and all you saw, that exists. And again, on the phone, it does this contextually by application. No one said, "Oh, I love dictating or like writing emails on my phone and formatting them." It sucks.
Oh,
But with this, I
wow.
actually started responding to emails on my phone again because I don't have to think about that anymore.
That is amazing. So I could do it in X and just start responding to posts because I have a certain style that I write on X that's different to like
Yeah.
emails and messages. Dude, so you can bring that first class experience all the way across devices. Holy
Yes.
smokes, that's amazing. Yeah, it's
One
really
flag right
hard for
now,
iOS because of
this
Apple's
is
privacy and concerns and stuff like that. And the keyboard is the
it,
perfect, way to do that. Wow, brilliant.
uh, everywhere. The one flag I want to make is this is not live on the App Store right now.
Hmm.
So this is only available if you are a pro or a Teams user of Whisper.
Hmm.
And so if you are, you get a private link to go and install it. And so right now, this is only available to pro users, and we'll launch it to the larger audience in a few months.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, I think someone was asking about how does this compare to like Speechify? I've been seeing issues with Speechify recently, so I'm looking to switch and stuff.
So I believe Speechify is a lot more about text to speech.
Mhm.
So it reads what's on your screen. And Whisper Flow is a lot about speech to text for you to write and express yourself a lot better. So I would say those two are complementary tools. And Speechify is great for what it does.
Mhm.
Good friends with the founder there as well.
Nice.
But I would say, yeah, different space.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, exactly. You basically use one and then the other one comes out the other. And then as we were kind of doing some of our demos a little bit earlier, when you speak, like even an email, the formatting and like the live changing of like, oh no, not 5:30 p.m. I mean 6. It just changes it for you. You don't have to go back and like rewrite the whole sentence. That's super impressive, man. And the speed at which you can get this stuff out, as far as what you're thinking, thoughts for communicating with others, and I think the thing I'm really most impressed about is just you have Mac. It doesn't matter if you're a Mac user, if it doesn't matter if you're a PC user. You have that you coming in on mobile as well. And then you're basically continuing to improve this product and continue to make it better, obviously with all the iterations of feedbacks. And then like languages, I think I saw you have support 100 plus languages. Is that correct?
That's right.
Amazing,
That's
amazing.
right.
Yeah, that's
And
quite a bit of people.
so
Yeah.
yeah, a couple of things that we actually added that other tools don't have is we have added support for British English. Turns out no AI tool actually supports that. So for all of our users in the UK, in Australia, in India, they just could not write the way they usually do. So we added support for that. We added support for simplified Chinese in addition to traditional Chinese, which is again no AI tools today support simplified Chinese, but that's how a majority of the people in mainland China write. So we wanted to add that. And finally, we added support for Hinglish. So for all of our Indian users, you type Hindi with English letters. But again, no AI tool lets you do that today. That was the biggest frustration for me because that's how I talk to my parents. So we added that, and for now, over a billion speakers of Hindi, finally there's a tool that lets you do that.
That is impressive, dude.
Yes.
And it's like I think that should be like bing. That's a massive accomplishment, and you can only really do that, folks, when you have a cracked engineering team. Yeah, I know you're not saying that word, but I'm saying these
They,
guys are
they genuinely are.
massively cracked because they're fine tuning these models. They're listening and improving them, and like really making sure that it fits the dialect of those types of people. I mean, language is extremely vast, and the pace that these guys are pushing at this San Francisco startup is insanely really cool. And the level of detail, like he's saying, from privacy to all these different languages, and it keeps going and going and going. So you're just announcing the mobile stuff for the pro users today, so that they can start playing around with it and kind of getting you that early feedback. And
Yeah.
that helps you polish the product and so forth. Where else are you seeing things kind of going as far as what people are asking or what you guys are kind of working on? If you can share any details.
There's so much. And so usually the way we work, right, we are very in touch with users. So like I personally probably have email conversations going on with about 100 users every single week, which is how we learn a lot more about what people like and what are their frustrations. How do we make the product better for them? And internally, our team ships really fast. So the product that's out there today, the internal product that we have has about 10 times the amount of features. And that's because every feature essentially is built and iterated on inside the company until a point where all of us are like, this is fantastic. This feature brings so much delight and is really intuitive to use. And then and only then do we ship it out to our entire audience.
Wow.
And so that helps us maintain a really high pace of building while also maintaining an incredibly high standard for product quality and new features that we bring out to people.
That's super impressive. I think, yeah. I remember when I worked internally, some of those folks would call it like dog fooding, so that you would just try the software, and the team as a whole will find a whole bunch of issues because when you have a bunch of passionate users that are building the software, they're gonna find those
Mhm.
issues, and you're basically living on the software all the time. and you're going through the pain that a customer would feel. So you want to catch those issues, like you're saying, before anyone else. So if someone says we need a way to keep it listening or respond like Alexa, like Jarvis, how could we do that? Maybe coming soon, right?
You know, Jarvis was actually the inspiration that I had for building this in the first place. So when the first Iron Man movie came out in 2008, I wanted to build Jarvis. And so that is the day that I pulled my first all-nighter as a
Whoa.
10-year-old, and I taught myself how to code. And then a couple of years later, we had built and launched what was then one of the world's first voice assistants. This is before Siri or Alexa, and to people, it felt like magic. And
Wow.
so, what we're building at Whisper now, essentially no different from that vision that I had before as a young child. And I think we're gonna add a lot more like that. What I think is it's not gonna look like Jarvis did
Mm.
in the movies.
Hmm.
I think that it's gonna be similar there is one, I feel interacting with technology should just feel as natural as interacting with other people. Two, the thing that makes Jarvis magical is it understands you maybe even better than you understand yourself.
Mm.
So you could just talk to it like a person, a good friend who's been with you for a while. Unlike ChatGPT, which you have to prompt with the same things like 10 times a day because it doesn't remember your like minute preferences. And and finally, if you make interacting with it really seamless, it almost feels like an extension of your own personality. And so we're going to see a lot of that come out with Whisper. It being able to take a lot of actions on your behalf, it being able to talk back to you, being more
Wow.
proactive.
Whoa.
And all of this is coming this year
Let's go.
because um,
I see this
I think it's
example. You can
really
already basically highlight words and say, Flow, make this better or make this wittier. And it's actually going to do that today, this command mode.
command mode works. Yeah.
Wow. So this is already shipping. So if you basically go today and highlight some text, you can just basically do this command mode. Similar to what you're saying, it's like it's almost at the point where it could almost be almost always on. But obviously, for whatever reasons, like it's probably not a good idea to have that yet because you need to refine these types of intents and figure out what are all the different boundaries you need because that's a really complicated problem. Apple's worked very hard to like have hardware and software find these boundaries, but they have to use
Yeah.
these keywords to say, hey dingus, and then it's going to activate some type of thing, right? So it's you don't want to always do that. And I feel like you guys are getting close with your machine learning and your cracked engineers to figure that out without even saying that type of words. I'm not even trying to this is kind of where I'm seeing where the puck could be going with this type of control. And I mean, I would say that you guys are probably one of the top companies right now, really pushing the edge in this type of software, and with a level of detail, like you're saying, for like Hindi and these other languages at the same time, which is really hard to do. It's really hard to just get English right, but UK English, like you're saying, all these different
Yeah.
dialects that people are talking about, and then
Yeah.
here's already some of the integrations that you're kind of giving a sneak peek of that, right? Like with Perplexity and also with Claude Sonnet, right there with the integrations
Mhm.
where you can ask from. Dang, that's really, really cool. So just from Whisper itself, it can hook into those types of apps and then get that knowledge. And so you were kind of already starting to see those pieces there, Stephen, kind of coming in, which is kind of why I'm really excited about this and why I'm even talking about this. By the way, I'm not sponsored or anything by Tanay or any of this company. Like I actually have been like watching on the sidelines for a specific moment in time until the software got to a certain point where I feel like I needed to tell more people about this because now it's ready for like my mom to use. This is ready for people like you to use and not feel like you're going to waste your time because there's so many of these AI products that come out that waste people's time because like they use it, it's useful for the first week and then they stop using it. Where these guys, like I know they're serious, they're funded, graduated from Stanford, worked on the first diffusion models, like that's, absolutely bonkers. And then like look at what they're shipping, look at the pace that they're shipping. It's very clear, these guys are on that huge trajectory that these few companies that we're getting an early insight here, which is really kind of awesome. This is kind of my favorite part to do on the show, and to meet these founders and here like in San Francisco, which is really, really awesome. So dang, dude, that's super impressive. I'm a big fan. I'm just kind of a fan just talking about this, and you can see how excited I am. You
Yeah,
know,
of course.
yeah.
By the way, guys, Ray is an extremely hard man to please. We've been chatting for a while, and I think a week ago he messaged me and he was like, "I love this product so much now. Do you want to chat?" I was like,
Yes.
"Fine."
Yeah.
We got this man hooked. So I'm really happy to be here and having this conversation.
Yeah, it's really cool. And, nothing is exchanged. I put the referral link because I feel like I really believe in this product, and this is, I'm not like, no one's paying me. And that type of link there just basically can help you. If you're going to try this out, you get that $15 credit, which could be super helpful if you want to try this out. And I feel like, yeah, you guys are going to be headed in this direction. I'm really excited to hear even just that foresight that you were thinking about for Jarvis as far as kind of like the seed. And then how you're actually working on integrating it, which is we've already seen with some of the partners now, and then with highlighting text, which is like this is what I want my AI to do. I want to like not feel like AI. I just want to feel like it's a part of the system. Why did we type for so long? It's gonna be like,
That is a good question.
I think that's really really cool. So, cool. Yeah, I think somebody else was saying, "Hey, I just used this to type this message. It's really good and a lot better than Super Whisper." So we actually have someone who just signed up from the stream and is actually
Yeah.
using this right now. So that's so sweet. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. No, it's actually. I'm telling you, this is actually really good. I'm just, yeah. We deliver really raw stuff. So, Tanay, is there anything else you would like to share with the audience, or anything of like how they can find you, more about like are you guys hiring as well? If there are other people who are watching who are interested in maybe in joining the team, kind of give us some more details.
Yeah, of course. So if you want to go try out the product, you can go to wisprflow.ai. That's WISPRFLOW.ai. And that's the website. You can actually try it right in the browser if you want to see how Flow feels like. The desktop version is faster, takes in more context, so but a lot better. But this gives you a little taste of what Flow can do. And right now, you can download it for Mac and Windows, desktop app, runs in the background, use it anywhere. If you sign up for Pro, you get access to the mobile version. And finally, if you are or you would describe yourself as a cracked engineer, we are expanding our team right now, looking to hire a few more engineers, especially to build out the next generation of actions and proactiveness that we can build into Flow. So the applications are on the website. Feel free to drop your note in there. Write a bit about why you want to work at Whisper, and I personally review all of these. So if you sign up for any of these, you will hear back from us pretty soon.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's so good. I'm so excited. My audience is very excited. They're like Whisper plus command mode plus Claude 37 Sonnet MCP. Developers won't need keyboards in the future. I mean, like you're gonna have. That's the whole point. Your brain becomes this like AI brain, and you're going back and forth at the speed that you speak faster. You almost speak your thinking. And you're just gonna just keep flowing, and that's kind of the whole point here. And that's why I'm really excited that I feel like this is the time for this type of product. The accolades, the SOC compliance, private cloud, the seriousness. If you're an enterprise, if you're in a lawyer office, if you're someone who takes this very seriously, definitely reach out because they have the enterprise stuff set up, the data retention policy, like all these details that really serious app developers who are professionals who are really moving into this space, back Stanford engineers, cracked ML engineers, people who care about these attention to detail. The time is now to try these types of things, and I'm dead serious, and I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I just so as it's for me, it's like finally, like this is actually
Yeah.
happening, and like this is a serious product that I really believe in its future and so forth. So yeah, Tanay, thank you so much for joining the show. I really appreciate you sharing, and for those folks who want to reach out, go ahead and check out the website, get started. You probably won't be disappointed, but if you do have any issues or things that you want to request, definitely I think there's like a feedback form there. Reach out to them. They're very accessible. They're constantly tuned into feedback. So These folks are locked in here in San Francisco, and they're just going to keep building, keep crushing it. And I'm excited to see what you guys do next.
Yeah, so am I. And yeah, any feedback or feature requests, there's an email on the website, or you can DM us on Twitter. Any and all of it works. Me and the team will get back to you pretty soon on that. And Ray, thanks for having me. This was a super fun way to get my day started.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm so excited, and thanks for waking up here and taking care of this. And for those folks who are watching, there will be some description and some links below in the description on YouTube, on Excel, so the post will have some more links as far as like how you can get that $15 credit if you want for the pro accounts. Using my referral link to get you started, and then you should also probably get an email for the mobile app as well. So, all right, folks, let's go ahead and close this out and have a great day, y'all. Peace.